Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TNR podcast. I'm your news editor, Joe Carey. Bit of a foodie episode this week. We've got a lot going on in the Clifton food scene. Over the past month, we've had heartbreaking closures, highly anticipated announcements, and no small amount of surprises. But before we get to all things delicious, we have reports of a rather unappetizing scandal at the Yugo Cincinnati Deacon. TNR's news reporter Chloe Hall recently published a story covering a slew of patron issues at the apartment complex on Straight Street, just off of campus. I'm joined by Brooke Burkhart, our Features and Life and Arts editor, Avery Paget, our Features, Life and Arts reporter, and Eric Hemmert, our esteemed podcast producer. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Joe.
So I'm sure you guys have heard it's mostly parking, right? Parking is kind of like the crux of this whole
Parking
thing.
sucks at UC.
Just in general.
Just in general, but with the Deacon, yes, especially with the parking scandal or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
You want to dive into that?
I think from what I understand, it's that it was an issue of just selling too much. Is that fair to say? Yeah, and it's just combined with combined with the hub right next to it.
Yeah, I have a little knowledge about the hub. So I was at the hub for this summer when I was on co-op. And what they did with parking was that the hub would buy spots from the Deacon, but apparently those spots were double sold, it seemed like. Or something along those lines. So I could never get parking close to the hub whatsoever. I parked at the church nearby, but it was just awful. The parking in that street was terrible.
So just some outsourcing issues, some kind of shady stuff.
Well, it's because the hotel owned the parking garage below the hub, apparently.
Interesting.
So you couldn't park underneath the hub without paying like daily.
We had reports from, I think it was 2 students who, when asked to renew their leases, their parking was not going to be renewed. And I think in some cases, some people were having their cars towed because just they were invalidated, their parking passes. And I think, and this hasn't been verified, but in some cases, just management would either be not responsive or literally call the police on some of the claimants. So it's not good. We're still looking into a couple of things like that, but also issues of mold too. That's one
Deacon?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Even just like from the first day, new tenants would arrive and just discover patches. I think in bathrooms and so on and so forth.
I know none of the cabinets are really secured to the wall, really. I've had some people send me pictures of their cabinets just off the wall.
Like
basically.
the ones way up top too?
Yes, the ones way up top, and just they're not even on the wall.
I think I haven't really heard many problems with the Deacon because mainly I knew people that lived there freshman year just after it had opened as a building. So maybe it's just degrading with time.
But that's a very quick time frame for it to degrade.
Yeah, this is like a
How old
commercial
is it?
building. I don't know how old it is, but it's
Yeah.
a pretty new-ish. Like it's not old comparatively to the rest of Cincinnati. So I don't know why it'd be falling apart this soon.
It's only maybe 5 years old?
I don't know. I can search it up real quick.
I was gonna say that's probably in the range. It's only a couple of years old, so it's not anywhere near, old where it should be decaying that quickly. But
It's just general maintenance, possibly just not maintaining it well or correctly.
yeah.
Deacons, of course, and Eric, you can fact check me on this. I forget when it came about, but just the kind of one of many, I think, various private apartment complexes that have been installed pretty close to campus. Of course, in partial response to the administration's goal of 60,000 by 2019.
2019, only about 5 years old.
Wow.
Going on 6, it seems like.
Jeez.
Well, it outlasted Cap City Diner. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. But I think it was just days ago. Yeah, that place went under, or discontinued, I should say. But yeah, kind of unfortunate.
Should we move on to Cookout coming? We got Cookout coming to Cincinnati.
Oh my gosh,
Clifton.
right across the street.
Right
actually.
across
Yeah,
from the whole
Cap City,
scandal of the Deacon.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the hype there. Being from Kentucky, I've definitely heard friends from home hype that up to no end. But I've yet
Have you ever been there?
Not yet. No.
What?
No, yeah.
You were from
I
Kentucky.
know,
Have you ever been?
No, there's
you ever
none.
been? You're all
there's
from
none
Kentucky.
up here.
There-
I'm more
You're northern Kentucky, I guess.
Yeah, I'm northern, so I don't really have Cookout, but I've heard a lot of great things about Cookout.
There's one in my hometown, and I was a vegetarian during the time before coming to college, so I never went. I heard many stories from friends about
Good
it's just
stories,
like-
bad stories.
well, it was just Cookout was the place to go after prom, after
Oh, yeah.
homecoming.
Yeah.
a couple people crashed their car into a cookout.
Naturally.
Yeah.
This is in Lexington? This is like the
Lexington.
Lexington, yeah, I think I've been to the exact same cookout. I have a friend who goes to UK, and he's
Yeah.
brought me there once or twice.
Yes, it is like the only one in the vicinity, I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
drove 20 minutes off interstate so we could go to cookout.
Oh, that's maybe a bit too much.
We were
dedication.
we were driving down to Tennessee for a trip, and we were like, we want cookout. We only want cookout, so we drove 20 minutes off interstate just to get cookout.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Okay then.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
A true fan. Yeah,
It was worth
for
it.
sure.
And it's open pretty late, isn't it?
I think
Isn't
it's
it
like
open
it's
late?
late. I think it's like
Open
2
late?
a.m. or something like. It's like
Okay.
around Canes time, so.
Okay, so
gosh.
that
1 or
makes
2
sense why it would
a.m.
be in a college
It's-
town like this.
Yeah, it's gonna compete with Canes a lot. I think
Yeah.
it'll easily
Ah.
overtake Canes.
Really?
I think
Wow.
so. Canes is good. Don't get me wrong. I literally had it like a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
but it's limited. You only have
Mm-hmm.
chicken. Where at Cookout, you can get burgers, you can get quesadillas, you can get chicken.
Hush puppies. too,
Hush
it's just
puppies.
like-
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Wow.
it's just and it's so much cheaper. It's
Is
so
it
much,
really?
Yes. Yes. So Canes is ridiculously expensive.
That's true, but how much is cookout? Do we have like a
I think
ballpark range?
I can pull it up, but I remember you can get like a burger, a quesadilla, a drink, and like hush puppies or fries for like $9. Like
Wow.
And that's just-
I,
it's like a
I'm
tray,
gonna
like
I'm
you
gonna double
make
check
your own
myself,
tray.
but
Yeah,
yeah, it's called a tray or something.
Uh-huh.
So that's perfect for college students
Oh,
who don't
absolutely.
really have a lot of money. You can get all that food for $9.
It's
Bring up
like
the
the
menu.
Waffle
That's a great
House
deal.
of burgers. Yeah, so
Oh,
you were
yeah.
saying
No,
prawns.
Waffle
Yeah,
House
yeah.
of burgers.
I think,
Nothing compares to a
oh,
Waffle
oh.
House.
Although I will say their menu is overwhelming. Like I remember pulling
Really?
up to the drive-thru and seeing
Oh,
that.
wow.
There's no images, which Cookout, come on, do better. There's no images on here. I don't know what I'm ordering. I'm like a 5-year-old. I need my images with my color. So let's
That's like a
see.
big number
The
one.
colors are very interesting.
The colors are interesting.
A little hard to read, the menu.
Yeah, it's a little hard to read, but
My question about it is, do restaurants around here, I know some stores around here do the thing where they say no Hughes High School kids allowed
Ah.
in.
yeah.
Or
I-
do restaurants do it too?
Yeah, I know a few around here do.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen a couple.
Cookout's going to be right next to Hughes High School. I'm just wondering if they're going to do the same.
I bet they will. I
Very
wouldn't be surprised
interesting.
if they will.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if did Shake Shack end up instituting something like that,
I
or
think they
did it take a while before
did.
that happened? Oh, okay.
I think they did.
Mhm.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure, but I think they did implement something where it was no Hughes kids.
I'm not seeing prices on the menu for some reason. Maybe I think you're right. I think it's just hard to read. I don't see any prices. I see
Pass
see
it down.
calories.
Yeah, there's just...
There's no prices, which is interesting.
I'm definitely not a fan of the colors on here. It's
Yeah, they
it's
could
very
use
hard to
a little
read.
rebrand with the menu.
Yeah, I don't see any prices. It's just the calories.
I just know it's definitely cheaper than most late night food. I do know that.
Yeah.
much.
Wow, and they have a lot. It's kind of like a Sonic almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Almost.
It's been a long time since I've been to a Sonic, but I don't think I actually have. I don't think I've ever been to a Sonic. Now that I think
That's
about
a
it.
Really?
shame.
Sonic is great. It's
It
also
is.
very cheap. They just opened
Hmm.
one in Northern Kentucky. I think it's in Erlanger maybe.
Hmm.
So take a
Interesting.
trip. Take a trip. It's only
I might
20
have
minutes.
to. I might have to.
It's very much worth it. Their pretzels are great.
Would you mind passing my
You,
iPad?
yeah.
down?
You're right about
Thank
the
you.
colors. I don't know if that's gonna stop the 12,000. I think it's 12,000 likes on the Barstool Cincy announcement
Already?
for that. Yeah, yeah, and
Wow.
at least almost that many shares. But yeah, we'll see.
Well,
Not getting any of the response when Shake Shack came. The price was always like kind of like a tagline with what
Mhm.
people were saying. It was just like, oh, it's it's great, but it's just so expensive. But here it doesn't seem to be the case, I guess.
yeah,
might
it's
be,
kind of the
but-
opposite spectrum
Okay.
when it comes to price. I think we're gonna move into the interview that Joe had.
I'm joined now by resident Clifton culinary connoisseur Bennett Finn. He is the host of Bennett Reviews on TikTok and Instagram and appeared in one of our most read stories of the week, our cookout announcement article. Bennett, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, Joe.
Thank you. So the initial announcement on the Barstool Cincy page has gotten about, I think, 12,000 likes, almost just that many shares. Brendan Sorsby has commented on this. People are going nuts. Bennett, tell me what's going on? What's the big deal about Cookout coming to Clifton?
Well, really, the whole excitement around Cookout is two major things. Number one, it's coming to a part of campus that we don't really have a lot of restaurants. It's coming kind of over by Frat Row, over on that side of campus, where a lot of the restaurants are actually on the other side, over on Short Finance, which is really exciting. To just get something it's completely other direction, something for us living over here and kind of not being able to just walk outside and go somewhere. Secondly, it's a new type of food, really. you look at the menu and it's a lot of burgers, it's a lot of fries and stuff, which is pretty standard for Clifton. But then you're also getting hits like hush puppies and coleslaw and a lot of chickens that you just aren't really getting anywhere else. It's very Southern inspired, very Cajun inspired. And for a really cheap price, you're able to just kind of customize your meal in a way that a lot of these places around here aren't letting you do. Like I go to Cane's, I can get one thing. I go to Cookout, I can get 7 things.
Wow. So there's a real almost like comfort food niche that it's really filling.
Well, yeah, I for one have gone on record saying that Clifton, while Clifton has food variety, it could be doing better. You know, it's a lot of Mexican, it's a lot of Japanese, it's a lot of American. We're not really getting into some of these subcultures. We're not getting into Cajun. We're not getting into Greek. We're staying very surface level, which is fine, but I would love to see us kind of explore more into these subdivisions of food.
As someone who is maybe unfamiliar with like the tray ordering system, so describe that a little bit. What can students expect from a cookout experience?
Yeah, so when you walk into Cookout, I believe it's you select 1 entree and 2 sides. So it's really putting all the power in your hands. I don't have the menu in front of me, but I have part of it memorized, as I have most menus memorized. You're going to pick out a burger, you're going to pick out chicken, you're going to pick out something, and then you're going to pick 2 sides to kind of complement that. Like I was saying earlier, that could be hush puppies, that could be fries, it could be coleslaw. I think they have cornbread. There's just a lot of solid options, and it completely takes the power to you because you're not picking from a combo. You're given everything and saying, hey, these are all similarly priced. Pick which 3 you like the best. And then you just get it all on one tray.
Wow. So would you say it's going to be worth the wait when it does eventually come in 2026?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's worth the wait, but I would wait till after the first 2 weeks that it's open, because something that we even saw with Shake Shack is that first couple of days, it's super busy and the wait's just not worth what you're biting. So you're going to want to wait a little bit, go a little bit later. It'll be shorter line. It'll have the best experience possible. Because I know personally when Shake Shack opened, I went opening day. And I waited an hour, and I felt so disappointed. I made a review on it, posted it, gave it a pretty good review. But looking back, just my experience wasn't great, and I haven't been back since just because of that wait.
Would you say that, at least in the case of Shake Shack, pricing was another factor in that?
Yeah, pricing is always a factor. I mean, we're on a college campus, so everything's ramped up anyways. I've experimented. I've gotten the same order from our Subway on campus compared to my one back home. It's $5 more expensive here. I know. So Cookout is still going to be a little bit more expensive than we're used to, but it's going to be within a range of, like Cane's, where it's still fairly cheap.
Wow. Okay. And this cookout's going to be located, at least as it stands now. It's been proposed for the kind of the lot right adjacent to Hughes High School, directly across from where the Deacon is now. So we'll be.
It's right by my house. I'm really excited.
Oh yeah, it is. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be pursing its collective lips as a student body, waiting for it to arrive.
Oh yeah, we will.
But awesome. And you've done a lot of coverage covering the upcoming city council elections, is that
Yes,
correct?
I have,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Oh, wow. And then how many candidates are that as it stands now?
Is the number around, I want to say around 27? 2024
Something-
to
yeah.
27?
I think that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But so kind of a crowded race at the moment.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll edit that out.
Yeah, but there was just, I think it was published by WCPO. There was a report made by one of the candidates over the weekend against another candidate running for Ohio 1st District for Congress.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So this was a separate. This was a candidate from a separate race, but there was
It was a candidate from
disagreement there.
a candidate that is currently running, I think still currently running for Cincinnati City Council, Kevin Farmer. He, I'll have to check myself on this, but I think he made a police report over the weekend against, there is a candidate, I can't remember her name right now, but they have like supported each other throughout. He has said to me that she was one of the main reasons he started running for city council. And apparently she allegedly she pointed a gun at him over the weekend.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Civil politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will check myself
Oh
on that
Aggressive
later, though.
negotiations.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah. As far I know you've interviewed Farmer and a couple other people, but as far as just assessing, this kind of large pool of people, anybody stand out in terms of just they're saying something that's kind of vastly different than their counterparts, or?
I mean, this race is really unprecedented because we have so many candidates, and in the past city council elections, there have been like very little challengers. So out of 9 seats, if I'm right, only 8 people are rerunning for their positions. There is one person that's not rerunning. I think she's just retiring from her position, and it was a fully Democratic council. It has been for a while now. One person that stands out to me that I think is someone to watch, her name is Liz Keating. She was the last Republican to be on city council.
When was that? How long ago was that?
I'm not sure. It was before do you remember the whole scandal with city council about?
Not really, no.
So like where the council
we don't
meeting-
need to dive into that, but
that was where the council meetings weren't open to the public?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay,
was
okay.
with that. I think she was during, or maybe a bit after that era. I'm not sure about the actual date that she was, but I'm fairly certain that she was the last Republican to serve on council before the fully Democratic council became a thing. If anything, I think an incumbent to watch for that he's going to be fighting a bit hard to keep his position is Evan Nolan. He was put in place after Reggie Harris stepped away from council. He was put in place by Mika Owens. And so there was no election. This is his first a public election that the people are voting for him. So I think it'll be interesting to see if he is elected by the people this time around.
As opposed to just kind of being put in there.
Yeah.
well, I think shifting back a little bit back towards UC news with our food, we got more food news with Sitwell's and Burgers rename. Well, Sitwell's is closing.
Oh,
And-
Sitwell's is actually
It's just a bit of a
yeah.
switchback. Yeah. There was it was announced early in September that Sitwell's will be closing indefinitely, or at least for the time being, as the owners kind of take a step back to pursue some family life and look for a new owner, a like-minded entrepreneur to continue their work. And as of I believe a few days ago, it's been now announced that they're not closing at the end of September. They're going to remain open, and that some good news is due to Sitwellians pretty closely or pretty soon. But as of now, it hasn't been confirmed who's currently owning it. But it's here to stay.
That's awesome. And then we got a Burgers rename to Einstein Donuts. Not
Einstein
bagels,
Bagels.
donuts, bagels.
Burgers.
Circles.
Yeah, right,
Circle
right.
with a hole in it.
Circle the hole in it.
Circle
What's
with
the
a hole in
difference?
it.
Yeah, the bagel switch, all owned by the same corporation. I forget what Audrey was saying. Like big, I just call it Big
Big
Bagel.
Bagel.
Big
but,
Bagel.
but yeah, they're and especially the one Clifton Avenue, I think just close to Ludlow. It'll be rebranded. It's closed now. The Brugger's is. And they're all shifting into an Einstein Brothers Bagels.
I'm not a fan of Einstein.
Renaming. Yeah,
Gotta be honest.
I haven't been. I've only been to Brugger's. So
I've had
it's a kind
their
of a crisis
bagels once or twice from Kroger because they sell them at Kroger now. Because Kroger used to make their own bagels from their bakery or something, but then they switched to Einstein, at least down here, and I don't like them nearly as much as the old bagels.
I feel like there's not a lot of Einstein Bros locations around here.
I don't know.
Just separate ones, so I'm
I don't know.
kind of surprised.
We'll jump into the interview that you had with who was it again? Sorry,
Audrey Zelinsky.
Audrey.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll jump into that interview right now.
Food news continues to dominate our viewership on the TNR website regarding the Clifton culinary food scene. I'm joined down by 2 students, one of which are one of our contributors, Audrey Zelinsky, to discuss some of these developments and as well as kind of commonly shared reactions from the student body to what's going on. Are both of you from Cincinnati?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Okay. So as someone, I'm not from Cincinnati either. I'm from Central Kentucky. Coming here, what has you sort of been your general experience with the Clifton scene as far as food goes?
I think Cincinnati is a food town. I feel like we have a lot of very diverse restaurants, just a lot of good options. And I think it's a really big part of the social culture here to go out to eat with people, to go get a drink and vent to a sushi boat, or go get coffee at Northside or something. So I really like that about it.
Yeah. Audrey, as a kind of a native? Would you say it's
Yeah, I
has
feel
that been
like
your
that's pretty
experience?
true. I think it's like I feel like Ohio is like the classic boring state. So it's like there's not a lot to do, so we have a lot of coffee to go get and we have a lot of food to go get. It's like our activity is always going to get food. So I feel like that's true. I feel like definitely like Clifton has a good food scene. I think definitely like Over the Rhine has a good food scene.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I haven't been down to like I kind of tend to stay within like the bubble of campus and then a little bit of downtown, but over the Rhine I really
You
need to
have
explore.
to go to Over the Rhine.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
North Side has a really good coffee scene.
Oh, is Northside where what's it called? Oh, I'm blanking on it now. It's the other place that's not Sitwell's. Upside is also on Ludlow. Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just,
you
I'm
might be
just
thinking about, like,
spiraling out of
Sidewinder.
control. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Highlands, that's what it was.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Okay. Well, wonderful, wonderful. Any recommendations for Over the Rhine specifically or Northside?
North Side, Collective Espresso, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Over the Rhine?
I don't know. It's like putting me on the spot.
Just in general, it's
Just
all
in
great.
there's a lot of murals over there, so I like being over there.
It's a good
just, like,
good
really
vibe.
Pretty
Yeah.
place.
It
Yeah.
is pretty.
In particular, beginning in October and continuing through the winter of 2026, discontinued Brugger's Bagels across Cincinnati will reopen as Einstein's Brothers Bagels locations. This development will be seen just off of campus with a long-standing Brugger's location on Clifton Avenue set to take a new name and a new menu in the coming months. It's a tale of two brands that has climbed to the very top of TNR's viewership in the last week. I'm joined now by...
Oh, okay. I'm Audrey Zielinski. I'm a first-year journalism major, and my first news contribution was the Brugger's article.
And this article is like, I think it's been at the top for at least 2 days now, something
it's
like
been
that.
at the top, I think, for 3 days.
Wow. Yeah. So Audrey, if it stands to reason, if people are reading about this stuff, they have strong opinions about this stuff. In your interviews with students, just kind of like, fingering the pulse of how people are approaching this rebranding, what are they saying? What are kind of the response?
Well, so initially, like, to get interviews, I made like a close friend story and like for all of the UC students, and I was like, do you care about bagels? Like, give me a quote. 2 people answered, one of them was not quote worthy. After the article was posted, a bunch of people answered me and they were like, this is so sad. This is horrible. It was like sad faces. I've had people tell me in person, like I had someone tell me like, I had no idea there was a Brugger so close. I love Bruegger's and now it's gone.
And what do they say? Are they saying just that simply the food was better, or just
I
is it
think
kind of a
it's-
familiar
I think it's
change?
truly just a familiarity thing.
Yeah.
Like I think that from what I can tell, like no one like cares about Einstein bagels because we've all lived in Cincinnati and we've all had Bruegger's.
Right.
And so but people are just like really sad about the name change, like above all else. That's what's big.
Yeah. Not just like, are the pricings looking to be the same? I understand they're owned by the same company, the two brands.
I think so. What the guy I interviewed was named Modzel was his last name. He was saying that like Einstein Bagels is like has bigger brand recognition, has like a bigger menu, but like people don't seem to care. One of my roommates was saying that like she really wants to be like one of the 50 people to get like schmear for a year, like if you're one of the first 50 people to like be in line for the Einstein Bagels, then you'll get schmear for a year. And so some people are excited about that.
And I was reading that story and I kind of went on a bit of a rabbit hole about this. So what is schmear for the viewers at home? What is schmear?
Schmear is just, from what I can tell, schmear is just what they call like cream cheese. So it's just like a cream cheese bagel, and like they have different schmears, like different flavors of schmears. So just get like a cream cheese bagel
For a year.
for a year.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Would you say that maybe part of like that that commute from Ludlow Avenue and kind of the apartments around there to campus, just having to cross by Bruegger's, is that it's the fact that now that trip will be deprived of their familiar kind of place with Bruegger's? Is that a part of it as well?
Yeah, I think so. I truly don't know how popular that Bruegger's was. I feel like people are sad like now that it's gone. I feel like they never appreciated it.
Man, so it's almost like we didn't know what we had
Yeah,
until it's gone now. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in general, just going through October, I understand it's through the winter of 2026. So this is kind of a long-term
Yeah,
shift.
they didn't even, like, the people I was talking to at, like, Bruegger/Einstein, like, they didn't even, like I asked like when is the Clifton one opening, because like that's relevant to students, and like what's the like community event happening. They weren't even sure yet. So
Okay.
like this is not a set timeline. Either that
Yeah.
or they like didn't want to tell me, which is chill too.
Sure,
But-
sure. Well, I'll extend this question to either of you before we move on to looking at Sitwell's. It's just have both of you been to Brugger's before?
I think once.
Okay.
I have not.
Oh, and was it so, Audrey? Was it a magical experience, or was it just kind of check out the Einsteins later?
You know, I don't. There's other bagels too.
Yeah, yeah. Change can be a
It
good
wasn't
thing.
bad.
Yeah.
This is maybe anecdotal. I feel like the people I know who go to Brugger's are like willing to go there like literally before 8 in the morning because they like it that much. So maybe it's like a deep versus a broad.
Yeah,
fan
I
base.
feel like I'm not qualified to answer this question. Truly.
Yeah,
Fair,
same.
fair. Yeah, we'd have to find some of the true
We have to find the real
yeah,
Brugger's
Brugger's
fan.
boys. Yeah. Well, another thing that's kind of been going on, kind of ongoing throughout this month, a bit of a limbo stage for Sitwell's Coffee House, a popular student spot on Ludlow Avenue. It was announced kind of towards the beginning of the month that it would be closing indefinitely by the end of September. That is not the case anymore. It's to the exuberance of Sitwellians, I think is the term. But the store will be continuing. It will not be closing. And with some, apparently the owners had said that there's some good news to be shared in the coming days regarding the place. I'm also joined with Meg Lynch. Would you call yourself a Sitwellian?
Yeah, sure. I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe describe your sort of, I guess maybe whirlwind of emotions regarding everything going on with Sitwell's, if that's the case.
Well, I mean, I was like sad to hear that it might be closing for a while because I think the reason a lot of students like it is that it's a good homework spot, but it's also just like a good hangout spot. It's a nice third place. Like they have good concerts and open mics and stuff, and like it just kind of can fulfill all those niches that a coffee shop fulfills in like a social ecosystem very well. So I was like kind of bummed it was closing, but I was also like, you know, there's other bagels, there's other coffee places,
Right.
like we'll be okay. But I'm really glad that it's not closing, especially because I feel like their menu has just some items that I like better than coffee places that are nearby.
Yeah, and I understand there's reading about it. There's like you said, yeah, much like a lot more offerings than typical coffee stores. There's like international fare with the menu as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think because it's technically also a restaurant as well as a coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
And so they've got kind of a larger menu that extends beyond just like pastries and sandwiches.
Have you explored this menu at all in your time there?
Yeah. Oh my god, I got dinner there once and I don't remember what I had. I think I had like a buffalo chicken sandwich. Though,
Okay.
Actually.
Oh,
That
did you
was pretty
recommend?
good.
Yeah.
I've tried a lot of the drinks. My roommate and I like shared a tiramisu there once. It's a lot of like fun options.
Lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Sitwell's still sticking around. That kind of bastion of student culture at UC is not going anywhere, thankfully. Yeah, I don't know if either of you have heard anything about just who the prospective owner is going to be. Is that still up in the air?
I think so. I haven't seen anything official like announced about it.
Okay. All right. Well, very excited. Yeah. Well, at any rate, thank you both for coming on. Lots of, I know the most kind of high subjects of discussion, but very exciting, very delicious. Clifton food is great.
Yeah, thank you.
What about that?
And now we're gonna move on to some more UC news we didn't cover. So all those stories that we just talked about, from the Deacon to Cookout to Sitwell's to Burgers, are all on our TNR's webpage. We all cover those. But now we got into some other news around UC. Apparently a big tech company, I didn't know about this, I was doing some research before this, a big tech company donated $150 million for a software license to UC recently. It's for students to gain access to energy industry software for modeling. I think it's at the Digital Futures Center off of close to 1819 Center,
right.
which was pretty cool. You can read the full story. I'll have it linked in the description. It was pretty cool. It was, I think it was out of Texas. The company's based out of, maybe. I might be wrong about
SLB.
that.
Is that what it
SLB. I
was?
forget.
Oh,
what-
okay.
I can go to the.
Interesting. Yeah, there's been a lot of, I think, external investment in UC, at least when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
You mentioned the
In
1819 Center. I think there's a
1819
new-
Center. Intel, a while back, when they were planning to build their big facility out off of 33 in southeast Ohio,
Yeah.
donated a big chunk of money to UC for engineering, for like software engineers for that big expansion.
Wow. And there's that, I think in October, it hasn't been, I don't think a date has been confirmed yet, but there's an AI lab, I'm pretty sure, coming to 1819 as well.
Oh, that's cool.
I think through, the Innovation Center. But
I think I've heard rumors of UC testing their own AI recently.
Like their own, they made it or something?
No,
Like,
I don't think their own. I think they're partnering with some
Interesting.
pre-made AI company. I just know I know one of like the testing, so like a student that's been picked to test out this AI platform.
interesting.
I don't. Yeah, so I don't think it's been released, but I think it's been in the works for a while.
Yeah, so this article just says it's a global energy technology company. I'll have to get the full article, but that'll be in the description.
it's an interesting, especially like just the fact that we all have access to like, I think is it M35 Copilot and stuff like that. And just
Yeah.
like there's just AI is very, even without us just like doing the dreaded, like typing in ChatGPT and whatnot, the Faustian bargain there. But it's kind of been pushed in a weird cognitive dissonance way, and it's just with the fact that like professors are like, yeah, don't, that's plagiarism.
No, some classes have encouraged the use of AI.
Some might have, yeah.
Yeah, in the syllabus, they're like, you know what, use AI for some of your assignments, which I think is very interesting that they're putting that in the syllabus.
Well, it's because it's useless for them to fight it at this point. Like it's better to adapt to it than to fight it. It feels like
At this point.
for some of the professors, how they're taking it.
I think what I've seen most frequently now is that AI is allowed for research, but not for the actual writing in the class. Like you can't use it for like exams or essays, but you can use it for research.
Yeah,
Makes
I
sense.
think that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to other news. I talked to you, Joe, about this, but the Turning Point rumors was addressed by
That's
the
right.
university.
Yeah.
You want to dive more into that for us?
Yeah, so a bit of a kind of a classic case of split-second misinformation, I think, with this one. There was I believe it was an Instagram reel at first,
Yep.
but
I saw it late one night and I just sent it right your way. I was like, what is this?
Someone claiming that the UC chapter of Turning Point USA, and that's a political organization, is that right? Or,
Yep.
okay. Had been discontinued by the university. It's somewhat misleading in the sense that they technically had not, at least according to MB Riley, the media relations and public relations director at UC, Turning Point UC had not registered since 2021 correctly through Get Involved.
Yeah.
UC.
So what I heard happen was there was an Instagram reel with a previous student here at UC who got an email or got connected with the president. I believe it was the president of Turning Point USA here at UC. It was a member. It was a member exec board or whatever on Turning Point USA, and they said that they or it got rescinded. Like the university like cut them off basically. That's what it sounded like it was in the reel. But apparently it was just like a miscommunication, and they did not re-register to be a part of UC affairs or student affairs or whatever. So I think they've been reinstated or they re-registered or something.
Or at least within the process.
or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So they'll clear up some of those rumors that the university did not just cut them off.
Right.
It was
Yeah.
kind of their own doing.
Certainly.
What kind of work do they do on campus? I don't think I've ever seen them around.
I think they're a relatively new club or new student affair group. It was a branch of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA. I think it's the same like chapter, but they just started at this university. I have not seen anything that they've done around campus. That might change with them being re-registered, but
They're certainly not an affiliated or funded in any way by the university or anything.
I don't
like
believe
that, no.
so.
And I wasn't aware of them until when we covered the Charlie Kirk Memorial Vigil a couple days back. I think they were responsible for that, or at least heavily involved. But
Put it on the vigil for him.
yeah.
I was not able to make that, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to see what it was about. But in other news, UC co-op program has jumped in rankings. Did you guys hear about this?
Wow, no.
So yeah, I don't remember what we were ranked, but we now jumped up to the 4th in the country for the best co-op
Wow.
programs, which is pretty impressive. That UC News posted that, so I'll have that linked as well. I'll have all these stories linked. And then another.
Didn't we invent co-op? Sorry, as
We
a
did.
history major, I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
what
I'm
are
pretty
these
sure-
things? But
I'm pretty sure we
okay.
Yeah.
not branded it. I don't think that's the correct word, but I think we kind of like started the idea of co-op and kind of like interconnecting it within the curriculum. Whereas most schools kind of like I know OSU does this. They kind of just let you do it by yourself, like it's more summer. They just like when you're off, you should do it.
I got you.
But they don't like force you to do it. Whereas UC, I know engineers obviously force you to do co-ops or a couple terms of co-op.
It's pretty much the same with the DAP of like if
Yeah.
it's just switching schedule, you switch between a semester of classes and then a semester of co-op.
Yeah,
I
generally.
mean, UC's co-op program, it's
Phenomenal.
it's wonderful. It's so expansive too. I know someone on co-op, 2 people on co-op in Europe right now. One of them's
Wow.
in Spain. Yeah.
Do you know what companies are? That sounds like fun. I like to go to Spain.
They're DAP people.
Oh, that.
So
yeah.
I think they're both in industrial design, if I'm getting that right.
Sounds like that sounds
Yeah.
right.
But it's pretty cool program. They're pretty intense about how many places you apply to, just because they really want their students to always get a co-op.
Yeah,
But there is always the option of staying here and doing something like an independent study instead of a co-op.
Yeah, I know the university has some fallbacks for students who aren't
Yeah.
able to get a co-op. That's definitely their first choice, is they want students to get real work experience. But I know for engineering, I think you can become a TA if you don't get a co-op for many engineering courses like ENET and stuff. You can also, I'm pretty sure, work at like the 1819 Center, the Makerspace Hub. There's definitely possibilities for students who unfortunately don't get a co-op through a major company.
Or if they just want to break from a co-op for a semester.
that too. I think they advise to still push heavily for
Yes.
companies, because that's how you get a job eventually.
Yeah, they also, at least at DAP, they push heavily for people to go back to the same co-ops they've been at.
Sorry.
Yeah,
A little
A
bit.
little noisy. Heard.
Oh.
Okay. So moving on from
There
that.
was one. Do
Sorry.
we want to talk about the nearly naked mile? Or
Sure, we
that's
can.
not until later. But, okay.
Well, yeah, that was what, a few days ago. Just
Yeah, or we can
briefly cover it.
Yeah, that's
Just a
fine.
couple days
Just-
ago.
Just quickly. But yeah, again, this was something that I kind of had a general idea of, but yeah, just the idea of running through campus for a mile in like as little clothing as possible. Is that right?
Was that the
Yeah.
photo of the bear cat posing with men in their underwear?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
To any of the viewers who were perhaps caught off guard by that, that is from, I believe that was from
They
a
do
few
that
years
yearly.
ago. But yeah, it's
That
yeah.
photo was old.
I
thought
think 2022.
Oh,
it
interesting.
wasn't, but,
Okay, well, we got to keep moving on. Just to run down some events that are happening throughout the week, from September 30th to October 6th. We got some of the sports events is women's volleyball versus Baylor, Wednesday, October 1st at Fifth Third Arena at 6:30. We got women's soccer versus Arizona State, Thursday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. Gettler Stadium, women's volleyball again versus Kansas State, Wednesday, October 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Football, obviously, versus Iowa State, excuse me. October 4th, 12 p.m. That will be Parents Weekend. We got women's soccer also that weekend against Arizona State, October 5th. At 11:30 p.m. And then we can jump into some of the family weekend events. So Friday the 3rd, we get the pep rally on Main Street from 12 to 12:30. From 2 to 5, there's lawn games with the Campus Rec Center near UC Main Street. From 5 to 7, there's a canoe battleship tournament. The
we
Campus
should
Rec
get some
Center.
TNR
Sounds
people
fun.
on the
I've done that.
canoe battle.
Is it fun? It looks
yes,
fun.
I lost terribly.
Oh, did you like sink to the bottom or something?
It's if I remember correctly, your team gets buckets and you try to like get the water into the other people's canoes
Interesting.
to sink
That
them.
looks like fun. Sounds
Yes,
like
it's
fun.
just we did not have good coordination with rowing and dumping at the same time.
From 6 to 9, there's a family game night at Tangeman University Center on the 3rd floor.
If my family ends up coming to that, there will be trouble.
Is your family good?
Competitive, I don't think equates to good. But,
And then there's a tailgate on Saturday, all the Saturday events from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the Bearcat Commons. There's a Taylor Swift album release on 11 a.m.
Yes, Life of a Showgirl.
On
On
Saturday
October
the 4th.
3rd, Friday.
And that is just a few of the events that are happening that weekend. There are so many family weekend events. All of them can be found on uc.edu, Campus Life. I'll link it as well. But in closing, I think that's all we have for this week. Look forward to the next news brief next week, hopefully. We'll
thank
see.
you for joining us.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.